Dear Christopher Clark, we are sorry to tell you about a privacy event. Really? What's a privacy event? That sounds fun. This is data breach. Like again, and I don't, luckily I don't keep too much money, just so that if I get data breached, like they can't take much because I have nothing. You want to steal my identity? Okay, good. Yeah, you're gonna have to I'll have to tell you a few things before you steal it about bipolar and other issues that may affect your value of your new identity that you've stolen. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and I don't even know who this company is, I have a local health insurance company. It's fucking ridiculous. You pay an ungodly amount, and the co-pays are $60 for a primary care visit and $80 for a specialist. And then the hospital network is oh yeah, sometimes it's $90. They're you just fucking make it up, so they don't even pay attention to the thing that's already expensive. They're just let's add on our fucking fee. So this is another data breach. And I would encourage people a couple of things. I would say, get rid of your fucking smartphone. Okay, that's the one thing. Now people aren't laughing as hard as they used to about my phone. I got a new job, and I told the boss, I'm yeah, I'm sorry, I have a flip phone. He's really? That's awesome. I was did you hear what I said? I had a flip phone, not flip flops. Oh, you're wearing flip flops in the fall. That's very progressive of you. No, it's a flip phone because I knew that there was a lot of fuckery going on with the phones. Everyone who's ever been hacked on Facebook, now I'm fucking done with Facebook, but everybody who's ever been hacked has been hacked through their phones, okay? And man, people are still using them. They're oh well, it's a price of convenience. It's just try to eliminate these things, right? So when you get a phone call, I used to go to a doctor's appointment, and then I get a phone call afterwards how did we do? Take a survey. Fuck you. What if someone come back from the doctor after they've been told that they've had stage 4 cancer and they have about 3 months to live? Then they get a phone call this is the main medical partners. How did we do? It's go fuck yourself. And these companies are like that. They don't care. They are not up on the security. I don't get it. I don't understand. I get one of these letters all the time that there's been a data breach. Okay, well, what have we learned from that? Nothing. They just keep happening. If they're able to breach the data, what are they going to do? They're going to find my medical record. Okay, I had a fucking bypass surgery, so I don't know. What are they going to do with that information? They do have other information, my they might have payment methods, but I don't make payments over the phone, over my fucking. I don't have a smartphone, so I don't do that. I basically at this point don't even make payments because I can't fucking afford it. So if they have my banking information, good luck with that. Probably have about $12 in there. Have fun. Have fun with the $12. Go ahead, take it out, and take yourself out for a little day trip with your $12. And this kind of feeds directly into something else I wanted to talk about. And I know, people are what is this channel? It's just my channel. And, I do things, I post things that I like, my collection that I've collected over time. And, it's a mess. I'm trying to go through it, and I've discussed that before on my channel. I've been a musician. I try to be a musician. I tried to do comedy. That didn't work out too well because nobody thinks I'm funny because, I'm funny, not in a funny way. But so I do a lot of different things, and mostly just to make myself feel better about myself. So bear with me. Anyway, I've just posted some my videotapes. You know, I love videotapes. I have quite a collection. That's just a few of the videotapes. A lot of them I taped from television at the time, you know, through the 90s. I'm a 55-year-old man. It sounds like a dating website, a main dating website. Hi, I'm a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman. I posted some fisherman things. I find it fascinating because I don't know how these animals breathe underwater. It's amazing. They're called gills. Okay, I don't even know what that means. It sounds very fancy. Sounds like a guy. Hey, gills, how you doing? So I just do a lot of different things, you know. And like I said, I do them because I am one of those people that do suffer seasonal depression, plus because it's been diagnosed as bipolar. So it's not seasonal, it's like all occasion. I've been trying to work through that, you know, and then as a cardiac patient, you have definitely things that you sort of inherit. You know, being very Irish, I've inherited cholesterol issues, and I've passed that on to my daughter. So that's another great thing there. So I guess what I'm saying is that this is the time of year where we need to sort of pull it together, because it's fun and nice and the pretty leaves, and then the pretty leaves start falling. Where are they going? They're going. Now they're turning brown. And then you get into the holidays, and the holidays can be really difficult. You know, it's like melancholy, right? You're melancholy because it's nice out, and you're feeling like a little bit worried about things as well, like worried about heating and the cost of heating fuel. And so you start worrying about the holidays, because the holidays could be difficult as well, because you know, it's family time. And then if you're missing family that have passed on, you know, that's really difficult sometimes to deal with. You know, this could be the first Christmas you have without your mom or your dad or your family or your brother or your sister, or maybe you never had these family members. Maybe you've been alone, and the holidays just sort of rub that in. You know, when you see people with their families and the smiling faces, it kind of like, you kind of get mad about it. Or you have to see family that you don't like. You know, we're coming up on an election season, and you know, that's difficult too, because it used to just be like, screw you, and yes, now it's like, I'm gonna kill you. You know, it's like, dude, how did we get to that point? You know, how do we get to that point? Can't we all just come to the realization that they all suck? I mean, there's levels of suckness, you know. It's like, well, this person sucks less, so I'm gonna vote for them. I don't know. It's a difficult time, and I wanted to sort of go over a little bit of that. Well, not really go over. It sounds like I'm like a teacher, like, let's go over this. I'm like, oh, God. When people say that, I'm like, I have a hat. It's hat season, so at least I got that going for me. I got a little pumpkin hat here, and my hair is just, I've been letting it grow because, as I said before in one of my other videos, I don't know what to say to the people cutting my hair anymore. You know, it's like, hi, you know, she's cutting my hair. I'm like, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know, like, sorry, I don't know. Should I just not say anything? I know that's rude. Should I pretend that I'm asleep? That's what I do. That's what I'm going to do next haircut. I'm just going to pretend I'm asleep, you know. I'll make sure I keep my head a little bit up so that she can cut it, but I'll be like, you know. Just, you'll still get a tip. Just, you know, don't try to talk to me about things. I'm sorry. No offense. None taken. So anyway, I've been posting some things. They've gotten some copyright, you know, flags, but nothing like copyright strike. So I did have a copyright strike, which I think I'm over now. I think I'm out of the penalty box for a copyright strike for a audio book, which I'm actually in. So, like, there's an audio book that, like, talks about me and other people who are part of a group, John Mack's group, who talked about possibility of non-human contact with whatever the fuck these things are. And again, I don't know. I still don't know. And I'm leaving it like that. Because if I make a determination of what these things are, then it's not a good thing. You have to sort of always be open to the possibilities, but you also have to like keep open the possibilities and the source and the reasons for these things. You have to keep that open as well. If you come down and say it's this and it's because of this and this is what they want and this, then you're just as bad as the people who dismiss the whole thing. So always have to keep it open. I put it in a box on the shelf marked unknown. Okay. So that's one separate issue. I feel like I'm talking to the therapist. The second one is just the bipolar and dealing with that. So I've talked about this before. I've had friends and family commit suicide. Can we say that? I'm going to say that. I don't care. Fuck you, YouTube. I had this discussion before about YouTube showing people breaking into buildings. Oh, subscribe, hit the button. I'm breaking into the building next week. It's going to be cool. It's an abandoned building. I hope it fucking... No, I can't say that. No, I just did. I hope it falls. Sorry. With you in it? Well, maybe not. Unless you're doing it in a positive way to bring light to, I don't know, the falling apart of our infrastructure. Maybe you're making a point by breaking into these buildings that, our infrastructure, like this building, is, deteriorating. Deteriorating. That's a tough one to say. It doesn't matter, does it? Because you just make up words now, and they become part of the lexicon. What was I saying? I don't know. I was just rambling. I'm just talking. I'm going to post some things, and hopefully, they'll go through. I don't know. Sometimes I get these copyright flags. Or a copyright, a notice, it's like, this is partially blocked in Russia. And I'm like, good, fuck Russia. But not not the Russian people, okay? I'm not saying, I'm just talking about the Russian government. And, I'm not gonna get too deep into that bullshit. But just just stop fucking killing people, that's all. Is it fucking hard? Apparently. And I'm just using my YouTube channel as sort of a talk therapy session. So thank you. We'll just continue to talk. Do you want some tissues? I got a box of tissues over here in case you need them, in case you start crying, or in case you start reaching for that unsubscribe button. I don't even know what that means. But it's as I get closer to 1,000 subscribers, there's a choice to be made. Are you going to monetize? You going to have commercials? Yeah, I'm really advertiser friendly. I'm very advertiser friendly. Yeah, And George Carlin's point of views were pointed, and Jimi Hendrix was right about the axis of the Earth. And Jimmy talked about if the axis of the Earth changes, then we change. Well, guess what? There's a lot of goings on with the Earth right now, and with generally the population, with society. People are sort of not doing so well, and so I wanted to just. My overall message, if it's unclear, it's just because there's so much going on, is to stick with it, be Slim Pickens on the bomb, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's a movie called Dr. Strangelove. Is it available on a streaming platform? Because if not, you need to buy hard copies of these things. By the way, you need to buy hard copies of movies and music, because and I'm not just saying that because I work for a company that's selling hard copies of movies and music, beautiful CDs and DVDs and Blu-rays. I don't know what this 4K nonsense is. I need a 4K player. Really? Does it like my Blu-ray player is attached to the internet, so like every time I play a Blu-ray, they know what I'm watching. Gee, thanks. No wonder we've had data breaches. That's why it's important not to have any money so that they can't steal it. That's what I tell everyone. I choose to not have any money so that there's little that they can do to steal, little that they can have. They can have my $12, and I already talked about that. Oh, they spent it already? What do they spend it on? Pokemon cards. Okay, is it Pokemon? Pokemon. I don't know. Whatever it is, they spent it. So the data breaches, don't give information out. Even doing this, is like, I don't know how much of the information is useful to others when I post on YouTube, or I'm trying to get away from Facebook. I've got like my Facebook numbers are going down, which is great. Like people are losing, the guy who I grew up with or whatever, and I'm just like posting these things that are like, hey, let's like not do genocide, and people are like, rah, fuck you, we want to do it. Okay, go to church and tell me that. Anyway, I'm in a sort of a manic period, and this is why I was talking about seasonal depression, bipolar, is that, you have these moments where you've got a million things going on in your head. You need time to process that and sort of like let it flow. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm just kind of like letting it flow. Sometimes it's a good thing because you begin to like gather up ideas for projects or for anything like that, or just sort of things you want to do, goals that you might have. You start getting excited about goals, or trying to like achieve them. One of my goals was to sort of go through my media library and post some of it before it gets, gone. I've posted some of the media. I had that idea, last ride for lost media, and it's true. A lot of this stuff is just crumbling away. And if I didn't post it, it would have been gone forever. And some people are like, well, that's good because it's a bunch of junk. It's not junk to me, and I enjoy it. I mean, you've seen my face, or, when I post something, I am excited about, genuinely excited about something that I have in my collection that I forgot about or didn't know about, that is a little slice of life, a little picture of some time, just a home recording from 1950, and it's like, oh, these people are speaking, and they're speaking in a casual manner that you don't hear, because all of the recordings you hear from the 1950s are, presented by, either Hollywood or radio, and they put on the 1950s voice. Well, what's the voice behind that? What did people actually, casual conversations, what do people talk like? And that's, to me, the most interesting part of the collection that I have, is that, like, it's the everyday. And it's the everyday from years ago. And you see and you kind of get a sense for what has changed and what is gone forever. And then what's the same, And it's one of my mantras is about the 20th century, that we're full of optimism. And in the 21st century, we're just full of fear, And that's why I'm trying to talk through and trying to present and trying to keep it together. And I just want to say, if you're having trouble like I am keeping it together, let me know. I'm a good listener. I do talk to people, and I can talk and I can listen. So I can walk the walk, talk the talk, and listen the listen, whatever that means. And it looks like my time is up here. Okay, until next week. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.